Soul Sister series, In Pursuit of a Pleasure-Filled Life.
I remember falling in love. I remember falling in love with Sister Soldier. Her mouth had no ring on it. She was dark skinned. She was like thick. She wasn't no skinny mini. And she was gorgeous, and she was just like, it is what it is. And I remember like my love affair with her, which is sort of like Chimamanda. My love affair with Chimamanda, it was like I wanted to know everything about her. I read all of her books. I wanted to hear her speak. I wanted to see everything about her because I wanted to figure out like how could she be so powerful. And she was married and she had kids. And I was like what kind of man saw you and was like, yeah. And then how y'all work that out at home? Like, cause you so big, bad, and bold.
Yeah.
I know me. I need a man who's big, bad, and bold too. So how that work out at home?
Yeah.
Who does what?
Who does what? Where's the masculine, feminine energy balance out? Yeah.
Then last night when we were talking, I thought, okay, Oprah is compelling, and Iyanla is compelling, and Maya Angelou is compelling, and all of those women are not like, in what I was thinking, none of those women are like the beauty queens,
right?
Like they're not the Beyonces, Rihannas,
right?
Either Jada Pinkett Smith, right? They're not. They don't fit that physical role, but when they talk, you can't help but listen, and then you want to know who they're partnered with. And earlier this week, I forgot why I was looking for it, but I looked at I was looking for Maya Angelou's. I was looking for the poem where she says, "I walk like I have oil wells pumping in my living room."
Isn't
I think it's Still I Rise. I found it.
Okay.
But first I found Phenomenal Woman.
I thought it was Phenomenal Woman.
It's not Phenomenal Woman. That's what I thought it was. I thought it was Phenomenal Woman. I looked for Phenomenal Woman. I read it and was like, damn, Phenomenal Woman ain't no joke. Like, Phenomenal Woman is like Pretty Woman stuff. Oh, ain't no joke. But it wasn't Phenomenal Woman. Okay. So then I was stuck. I was like, all right, if it's not Phenomenal Woman, what poem is it? And I think it's Still I Rise. And reading it and thinking about Maya Angelou and the life that she's had, and just thinking about like feminine energy on total turned upness, like
on fleek,
feminine energy on fleek. I just came back to yesterday and just thinking like there is a woman, there has to be a woman out there that could speak as powerfully as these men. I think there has to be.
I believe that there is. I feel like it's like a lot of things. I feel like every time I turn around on the internet, I'll think like I'm alone with thinking something or feeling something or in a category, and I'll see something and I'm just like, oh shoot, like something is happening, because for everything that I think there isn't, like somebody will write an article about it, somebody will like just post a story about it. So like for Harriet, for me it's like they kind of cover so much, like just such a broad range of like Black female issues, and I really am just like, somebody started this. Somebody was just
met her. Kimberly. I met her at I went to a Smart Brown Girls gathering. And Smart Brown Girls, Nafisa knows the girl that started that. Okay. So I went to a Smart Brown Girls event, and Kimberly, I can't remember her last name. I want to say Kimberly Crenshaw, and it's not Kimberly Crenshaw, because Kimberly Crenshaw is the researcher that I call the mother of critical race theory, but her last name is Kimberly. And she spoke at that, her first name is Kimberly, and she spoke at that event talking about what led her to do that. It's so funny, last night, David Banner, if you ever watch this, I'm coming for you. Just know. He said, I'm the male version of Harriet Tubman. Just your face alone lets you understand how real that is. He said, I'm the male version of Harriet Tubman. Wait a minute, brother. brother, because you know this dude that I was seeing a few months back called me the female version of Malcolm X, and I was like,
Right.
you know, there are females who have done that, and I just slayed him with the list.
Yeah.
But to hear David Banner say I'm the male version of
To hear
Harriet
a black
Tubman,
man say that I am the black male version of any powerful black woman is just like,
speechless.
wow, what else can...
Speechless. But for Harriet, the thing that I love about it, like you said, is it's just like all black all day. All black female all day, and the full diaspora and breadth of black femaleness. It's not like just one black female, right?
It's a really broad...
It's like if black is in it, we bout it.
Yeah.
If it's black and it's female, we are covering it.
Yeah.
And I love that. I love that. And what was so beautiful about last night's event, you know, I pulled up in Uber and I just saw all of these black people online, and they were so beautiful and they were so shiny. Like, I mean it, like shiny, like the jewelry, like the gold cuffs. It was just very like beautiful, natural hair, African print, just beautiful. And we were all online, and this church was jam-packed for this Three Kings tour, right? So you had Dr. Umar Johnson, Dr. Claude Anderson, and David Banner. And they were talking about the intersectionality between hip hop and righteousness, about our consciousness towards ensuring that black people evolve to the place where we belong. But then you had there was this point where Umar Johnson asked all of the men in here who are loving and totally committed to a black woman, stand up. You know, my good friend was there with me, and I know his wife, he's amazing, and just to see him stand up and all these black men stand up, and he was like, yes, that's what I'm talking about. He said, I need our black women to understand that you guys are not unicorns, that you guys are real, that it happens.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, this was so amazing. And I guess I keep on coming back to where I guess this is where my intersectionality is. I keep on coming back to where where is that female energy? Because now the women, I hate female women. I hate the word female sometimes. Whatever. The women were patting you down. They were checking you in. They were cooking the food. They were doing all these things, and okay, that needs to happen.
Right.
But I was like, okay, can I get a fully in your power? Not to say that you're not in your power if you're doing those things, but can I just see another version of black female leadership in this situation?
Broaden the list of things which fall under the umbrella of female self-possession. Possession. Yeah. And it made me think a lot about why we love Chimamanda so much, at least why I love Chimamanda, and this idea that Chimamanda is fully self-possessed. At least she presents herself that way. And she's so dynamic because she's clearly brilliant, right? Brilliant. I'm smart. I'm brilliant. And then loves fashion and loves lipstick and loves heels and loves makeup and loves to look pretty and put together. And you're and just says it. I think I have written something on my blog on Urban Eve about, why, because I often feel like, why can't I like Chimamanda for all of that, but also, because I have a Pinterest board called Wonder Woman, and there's Chimamanda Adichie all over it, because I just really love her style. And I was just there was some story about oh, why should we care? Or somebody made a comment on Facebook.
Yes, I saw that.
Oh, why should we care about what she wears? And I'm just why not? I'm sorry, but...
that's that white woman feminism.
Exactly. You don't think about it until you are faced with someone whose culture is very different, who doesn't do a lot of makeup or do any makeup or do any ornamentation or anything. And then it makes me think about exactly what you're saying. The woman who said that probably was more than likely part of that and maybe even she was black, but even black people get caught up, black women get caught up in that white feminist kind of like, well, we can't, appreciate a woman who's smart and then be like, when Michelle Obama came into office and she was just dope as hell, and Michelle is dope as hell. She's super smart. She's a great, gorgeous.
Dresses.
And she's working out and, throwing basketballs into hoops. And I'm just like, so why is that something that I can't be like, oh my God, she looks amazing. Oh my God, her arms look amazing. Like, that was a controversy. It was like all of a sudden like, oh, should the first lady be showing her arms? And I'm just like, it's interesting how this has happened in, when a black woman comes into office.
Because
when a black woman is smart and amazing, a speaker, a great writer, and loves clothes and makeup and admits it, then it's just like,
because
I
think black bodies really make everyone else feel uncomfortable. When you see Michelle Obama, when they saw her arms, you couldn't deny her feminine energy. And I think that's the problem with white women and their feminism. Not all white women, right? Just white women feminism as I understand it. But that's the problem with it, because it's like, see me for my intelligence, see me for my depth and all of that. And I think black men have always seen black women in that dynamic, within that prism of like, I used to tell my high school girls, even the stupid black boy want a smart black girl. Even the most idiotic, he's like, no, somebody got to be smart. Right? Somebody got to fill out the applications. Somebody got to be able to write shit. It ain't me.
Yeah.
So it got to be you, right? Even the dumb black boy wants a smart black girl. And I think that's why womanism attracts me so much, because it's like, you see the full extent of women's power. Then I started thinking about like indigenous African women, where your sexuality or your body was, like you're walking around with not a lot of clothes on. So your body is not this thing that is in the way of men. It's not this thing that draws men away from what they're supposed to do.
Right.
It's just, it is. Yeah. It's just there. Yeah. It's what you do.
Yeah.
And I was reading on the Root today about jewelry from this African queen, Kemet queen, and the whole piece was just about her jewelry and how her rings all signified something. And it made me think about, like, black people been adorning themselves, women been adorning ourselves from the beginning of time, from the waist beads to the jewelry to the cuffs to the scents, to just adorning our body, to the way that you put different things on you. When you start looking at pictures of indigenous women in Africa, it's all about adornment. Yeah. It's all about like, how do
and men as well.
Absolutely, and men as well. So last night when I saw all of these men, I was like, y'all are so shiny and bright. Like, shine bright like a diamond. It was just so beautiful. These dudes had these cuffs. They had these big ass chains, but it wasn't Jesus pieces. It would be like African masks. Yeah. It would be like the eye of Heru. It would be like all of these big, shiny gold and silver pieces. And I'm like, damn, we like to shine. I feel like white women, they don't have that place. And when I look at Downton Abbey, I'm all excited. I love the jewelry. I love all of the fashion. I'm just like,
and the way it changes over time.
Yes. I'm just like, this is gorgeous. But I could definitely see how it restrains them. And coming back more modern and just thinking about being a woman fully self-possessed in your body, and like understanding as a black woman that your body doesn't have to deter from your from other parts of you. Yeah. And I think that when you talked about Michelle Obama, that's when that really came to me, like this is my body.
Right. Right.
It is beautiful, it is rotund, it is everything, and it doesn't stray away from my intelligence, my abilities, everything else that makes me a woman, like a fully self-possessed, complete, under my own control woman. Right.
Soul Sister series, in pursuit of a pleasure-filled life, though shit keeps on happening.
We were in San Francisco with my family for my sister's graduation. Big up Ashley for graduating. And we were watching TV, and Janet Mock was on the TV, and everybody in the house was like, "Oh my God, she's so beautiful, she's so beautiful." I was like, "Wait for it, wait for it. She used to be a man." They were like, "What?"
And
Now she needs to be on the cover of Vogue.
and Vanity Fair.
Oh, was it that one?
Yeah.
Vanity Fair.
Yeah.
She needs to be on the cover of Vanity Fair.
Wow.
Go. So she's also very, very smart, and she does all of this pop culture stuff. So she's usually on Melissa Harris Perry.
Okay.
Like, that's how I learned of Janet Mock. And she has her own show on MSNBC, like online though. But Friday nights when I'm like exhausted and I'm laying down and I'm watching Downton Abbey, my imagination is that Chimamanda and Janet are watching it with me, because that's a good girls' night.
I don't feel crazy
That's a good girls' night. Girl. When I get dressed in the morning, I'll be like, okay, what would Janet say? Because you see, that's a bad goddess.